Perfect. So how are you guys?
I'm fine, teacher. And you?
Fine,
I'm good,
teacher.
thank you. I'm glad that you are all good. So guys, do you know which unit are we starting in this class? Yes, nope. Which unit?
Se le corta, teacher.
That's weird. ¿Todos me escuchan cortado o solamente Brian?
Yo le escucho bien, teacher.
Ujú, yo también.
Okay. So it's probably your connection, Brian. So guys, which unit? ¿Qué unidad vamos a empezar en esta clase? Did you download the book, the second part of the book? ¿Descargaron la segunda parte del libro?
No, teacher.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, guys, so let me start sharing. We are starting unit 8 in this class. So let me show you. And let me turn my camera back on. So do you see the book? Welcome, Jim.
Hello, teacher. How are you? Hello,
I'm good.
everybody.
Thank you. So do you see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So as I was mentioning, we are starting unit 8. The name of the unit is home and neighborhood. Do we know the meaning of neighborhood?
Vecinos.
Vecino.
Vecindario.
Vecindario, exactly. Neighbor means vecino. Neighbor significa vecino. Neighborhood, vecindario. So as you already know, we have 3 communication goals for this unit. Cristobal, can you read communication goal number 1?
A house.
No, this one, the communication goal.
Oh, okay. Describe your neighborhood.
Perfect. Describe your neighborhood. Erika, can you read communication goal number 2?
Ask about someone home.
Ask about someone's home. Thank you. And Brian, can you read the communication goal number 3? Can you hear me? Or Jim, if you can help us.
Number 3, talk about furniture and appliances.
Okay, talk about furniture and appliances. Perfect.
Appliances.
So those are the communication goals that we are going to be trying to achieve, que vamos a intentar lograr in this unit. So as you already know, the first activity is usually a vocabulary activity, a listening activity. So we have right here this vocabulary part, esta parte de vocabulario, that it's about buildings, buildings. Do you know the meaning of that word?
Building es, bueno, depende del contexto, edificio o yo por edificio o construcción.
Exactly. Edificios o construir, ¿sí? Buildings, edificio. To build something es construir algo. So that's right. You're right. Thank you. So we are going to listen to all of this vocabulary. We have 13 parts of 13 words of the vocabulary. We are going to listen to them while we are reading them. Las vamos a leer y las vamos a escuchar. And then we are going to listen again and repeat. So, but before we do that, let's see. Who wants to read number 1? What is number 1?
House.
A house, exactly, a house. What about number 2?
An apartment building.
An apartment building, okay. Thank you. What about number 3?
Office building.
An office building. Awesome. Number 4?
A garden.
Garden.
Garden, exactly. Number 5?
A garage.
A garage.
A garage. Number 6?
A stairway.
A stairway. Number 7?
An
An
apartment.
apartment.
An apartment. Number 8?
A balcony.
A balcony. Number 9?
An elevator.
An elevator. Number 10?
An office.
An office. And then we have the 3rd floor, the 2nd floor, and the 1st floor. So I want to know if you guys have any questions about the meaning of each of these words.
No, teacher.
Oh, any question?
Nope. Do we
It's
know
clear. The
okay.
meaning.
Do we know the meaning of a stairway?
Escalera o escalinatas.
Exactly, las escaleras, las gradas. So, okay, we're going to listen to the audio of the vocabulary and we're going to repeat the words, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, teacher.
Read and listen. 1. A house. 2.
A house.
An apartment building.
3. An office building. 4.
A garden.
5. A garage. 6.
A stairway.
7. An apartment. 8.
A balcony.
9. An elevator. 10.
An office.
11. The 3rd floor. 12.
The 2nd floor.
13. The 1st floor. Now listen again and repeat. A house.
A house.
An apartment building.
An apartment
Apartment
An
building.
apartment
An office
building.
building.
An office,
An office
A
building.
garden.
A garden.
a
A
garden,
garage.
A
A
garage.
A garage.
A stairway.
A stairway.
stairway,
A balcony.
a balcony,
Balcony.
An elevator.
An elevator.
an elevator,
An office.
An
An
office.
office,
The 3rd floor.
3rd floor.
Third floor.
is
The 2nd
third
floor.
floor, the second floor,
The 1st floor.
the
The
third
third
floor.
floor.
Okay, perfect. So that is the part of the vocabulary. I think most of the words are cognates. La mayoría de las palabras son cognados. Las podemos observar en inglés y nos da una idea o más bien nos da la respuesta de lo que significa en español. Apartment es un cognado, apartamento. A garden puede que sea un cognado, no sé si para ustedes. ¿Creen ustedes que garden es cognado? ¿Creen que suena o se escribe parecido o igual que en español? No igual, pero parecido en este caso.
Your pronunciation is very same in the English or Spanish.
Garden, jardín. It can be a cognate. Puede que sea un cognado. A balcony es un cognado. Elevator es un cognado. Office también. So, according to that, de acuerdo con eso, teniendo en cuenta de que la mayoría son cognados, it's a little bit easier. Es un poco más fácil aprendernos las palabras. So, we are going to continue with the part of the grammar. For grammar in this class, in this lesson, we have questions with where and prepositions of place. So, preguntas utilizando where y preposiciones de lugar. So, it is showing us 4 questions. Nos muestra 4 preguntas. Where do you live? Where do you live? ¿Qué nos está preguntando?
¿Dónde
¿A
vives?
dónde
¿Dónde
vives?
¿Dónde vives?
¿Dónde
Exactly. Where do your parents live?
¿Dónde viven?
¿Dónde viven los
¿Dónde
papás?
viven tus padres?
Exactly. Where does he work?
Trabajo.
Where?
¿Dónde trabaja quién?
Él.
Él.
Él. Where does he work? Where does your mother work? So those are some of the questions that we have. Esta parte de las preguntas considero yo que es un poco fácil porque ya sabemos el significado de where, ya hemos creado preguntas utilizando do and does. Can you tell me why does it change? ¿Por qué tenemos aquí do y por qué acá tenemos does?
Por la tercera
Por la
persona.
tercera persona.
Exactly, for the third person. So we already know that, and we already know most of these verbs. Ya conocemos también estos verbos, work, live, donde vive, trabaja. We already know the pronouns, you, he. We already know members of the family, your mother. So this part, I think it's going to be a little bit easy for you guys, hopefully. But what we do need to practice is the prepositions of place. Esta parte puede que se nos complique un poquito, puede ser un poco confusa. Vamos a tratar de explicarla o de tratar de entenderla de una manera sencilla. Vamos a tratar de hacerlo sencillo. So we have 3 prepositions of place. Actually, we have a lot of prepositions of place. Tenemos varias, pero en el caso de estas preguntas, las preposiciones que utilizaríamos para responder estas preguntas son estas 3. In, at, on. Do you know the meaning of these words? They all have the same meaning. Todas tienen el mismo significado. So which one is the meaning of these words or the translation?
Sería como estar dentro o en.
Estar en. En este caso, todas las preposiciones, estas 3 que nos muestran acá, significan en. Solo que se utilizan de diferentes maneras. So let's see the first 3 examples. For in, the preposition in. She lives in an apartment. She lives in an apartment. They live in a house. I work in an office. So those are the 3 examples that we have right here. So let's see the 3 examples for the preposition at. I live at 50 Main Street. He works at a bookstore. They study at the Brooks School. Now let's see the examples for the preposition on. Her house is on Bank Street. We go to school on 34th Avenue. I work on the 10th floor. So, can you tell me some of the difference that we notice? ¿Cuáles son algunas de las diferencias que notan entre las tres preposiciones? De acuerdo a los ejemplos.
Maybe the place.
Maybe, the place.
Place.
So, for example,
In the preposition in is the place, apartment, house. But la última no, como que es un tanto confusa porque dice trabajar en una oficina y después dice que también él trabaja en una bookstore y también es un lugar. Pero pensé que tenía algún tipo de relación por un lugar de vivienda.
okay, so let's see. In this case, in lo estamos utilizando de una manera más general. Do you see it right here? She lives in an apartment. We don't know which apartment. We don't know where the apartment is. We don't know what number of the apartment. We don't know the street. We don't know the city. No nos da ningún dato, ni ciudad, ni qué número de apartamento, ni dónde está el apartamento. So it's being general. Está hablando de manera general. At is between general and specific. Está en medio de general y específico. So I live at 50 Main Street. Nos está diciendo la calle. Nos está diciendo la calle, pero no sabemos de qué ciudad. No sabemos el número de casa. So, are you getting in there? ¿Me están entendiendo un poquito?
Yes,
Yes, teacher.
Okay, perfect.
More information and the own.
Exactly. We are giving more information. So right here, we have, he works at a bookstore, but we don't know exactly where that bookstore is. We don't really know. Ya vamos a ver por qué estamos utilizando bookstore, que es un lugar, y oficina. En oficina estamos utilizando el preposition in, pero por qué en una tienda de libros, en una venta de libros, estamos utilizando la preposition at. Ya vamos a llegar ahí. So let's see, on the other hand, we have the preposition on. Her house is on Bank Street. Ya estamos diciendo el número, la calle. La calle. So let's see right here. We go to school on 34th Avenue. Estamos hablando de la avenida. Estamos siendo más específicos todavía. Y acá, I work on the 10th floor. Más específicos aún porque estamos mencionando también el número de piso. So let's see this. Do you see the picture? Oh, sorry.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So as I was mentioning to you guys, como estábamos mencionando, va de general a específico. Nos muestra aquí cuando utilizamos las preposiciones. In the first one, we use in, the preposition in, when we are talking about neighborhoods, for example, Chinatown, cuando estamos hablando de un vecindario. I live in Chinatown, or I work in Chinatown. Another example, or another example in which we can use the preposition is when we are talking about cities, cuando hablamos de ciudades. For example, Washington or San Salvador. So those cities, we need to use the preposition in. I live in Ilo Vasco. You live in San Salvador. He lives in Washington. Another way in which we can use the preposition is when we are talking about countries. It's general information. So countries, for example, the United States or El Salvador. I live in El Salvador. He lives in the United States. Places with a boundary. So that's when we use these prepositions. Esta parte de abajo con el asterisco nos está dando como una definición de cómo lo usamos o dónde lo usamos. Entonces, places with a boundary, lugares con un límite. No estamos siendo específicos, lugares generalizados. In this case, the preposition on, we use it for streets and avenues. Calles y avenidas. For example, Pennsylvania Avenue. I can say, for example, Erica lives on Pennsylvania Avenue. So another way in which we can use it is if we are talking about islands, islas. I live on Fiji. That's one of that's an example that we can say. Another way in which we use the preposition on is when we are talking about large vehicles, vehículos grandes. For example, a train, a bus, and a ship. Un tren, un bus o un barco. Un ejemplo de este puede ser, for example, she works on a ship. Ella trabaja en un barco. So this one is for surfaces, superficies. So let's see, on the other hand, on the more specific part, en la parte más específica, we have at. Esta preposición la utilizamos con addresses, direcciones. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Aquí mencionamos el nombre de la avenida, mencionamos la avenida, sin embargo no mencionamos número de casa, no mencionamos código postal, nada de eso. En cambio, al utilizar la preposición at, tenemos que utilizar dirección, más específico. So, she lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Specific locations, at home, at the corner, en la casa, en la esquina. So these one are for points, puntos específicos, specific points. So let's see right here. We have in an office. We are talking about a specific part. And we use right here at. Why do we use at? Specific locations. So I want to know if you guys have any questions related to this part. Es un poco difícil, siento yo, memorizarse cuando vamos a tener que usar cada preposición, pero a medida empecemos a utilizarlas un poquito más, se va volviendo más fácil. Trust me, confíen en mí. So, do you guys have any questions?
No, teacher.
Teacher, una pregunta. Con respecto al orden que aparece aquí en, pues obviamente en el screenshot, en la pantalla, in, at y on, pues obviamente es diferente, ¿verdad? Al orden que usted mostró.
Let me see. Yeah, in this case, we are using, yeah, it kind of changes. But remember, quiero que traten más que todo de grabarse que in lo utilizamos para algo general. Y ya luego on y at se vuelven un poco específicos. Pero sí, let's see. So, yeah. In siempre lo vamos a utilizar para generalizar. At y on siempre para algo más específicos. So, let's just try to keep that in mind. So, it doesn't really have an order. No es como que tenga un orden. Pero la preposición in, sí siempre es generalizada.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Do you guys
No question.
have
No
any
question,
other
teacher.
question? Nope.
No, teacher.
No,
Okay.
teacher, no question.
No, no
Awesome.
question.
So let's try to continue. Vamos a practicar ahorita. So grammar practice. In this grammar practice, we are going to complete the conversations, use the simple present tense and prepositions of place. So I'm going to leave this right here. Les voy a mostrar siempre la parte de arriba por si necesitamos darle un vistazo. So let's see. In the first question, we have where. And we have right here the pronoun in this case, or the person that we are talking about is your sister. So what do we have to add right here in this question? ¿Qué necesitamos?
¿Tú?
Are you sure?
Does.
Does.
Where does
No,
your
yes.
sister? Now let's check in the answer. Aquí podríamos poner, where does your sister work? Where does your sister study? Where does your sister live? That's another way. So, pero ya tenemos acá abajo la respuesta. Estamos utilizando el verbo vivir. So, she lives. Entonces la pregunta necesita llevar the same verb, el mismo verbo. Entonces, ¿cómo sería la pregunta, Jim? Yes.
Sorry, teacher, sorry. Mute. Where does your sister... la respuesta a la pregunta. Perdón.
No, just the question, la pregunta.
Where does your sister live?
Exactly. Where does your sister live? And now the answer, she lives.
In apartment.
Which preposition are we using?
In?
And
In an apartment. Perfect. She lives in an apartment. General. It's general information. Now let's see question number 2. Where
Do you
where
study English?
Perfect. Where do you study English? ¿Dónde estudias inglés? And now let's see the answer. We study. Which preposition do we have to use?
Pero querido, no.
Yes.
Todos vamos a comer nosotros. Para que coman uno más en el desayuno.
We study at the second around the corner.
Exactly. We study at the school around the corner.
Yeah.
Now let's see question number 3. Your neighbor. We are talking about your neighbors. So where?
Where does? Where
Ajá,
does?
where does your neighbor?
Does neighbor?
Which
Work.
verb are we using? ¿Qué verbo vamos a utilizar?
Work.
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 Work. Exactly. So where does your neighbor work? ¿Dónde trabaja tu vecino? Tu vecina, in this case. She works. Which
At-
preposition? Ajá, exactly. She works at a bookstore. And let's see, question number 4. We are talking about your parents, okay? So where
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 does
does your
Where does
parents
your
your
live?
parent live?
live? Exactly. Where does your parents live? And now let's see the answer. They live.
They live on
At.
53.
So what do we mean in this case?
58 Gray Street.
They live
Live
on
They live on
on
58 Grady Street.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys 1 second to breathe, okay? Veamos acá las preposiciones, veamos los ejemplos, ¿ok? So what do you guys think?
They live on 58 Gray Street.
¿Ok?
At,
¿Qué piensan los demás?
Yo, at.
Okay, so why do you think is at? ¿Por qué creen que es at? ¿O por qué creen que es on?
for addresses, specific location.
Exactly. So we are talking about a street. A street. We are not being more specific in this case. No estamos siendo, sí estamos siendo específicos, pero no es como que les estuviera diciendo también número de casa y todo. So, they live at 58 Gray Street. Tenemos acá también un ejemplo. I live at 50 Main Street. Estamos utilizando o estamos diciendo no, la calle. La calle. No estamos diciendo avenida, no estamos siendo tan específicos. I'm trying to make you or to make me understandable for you guys. Estoy tratando de que me entiendan lo más que se pueda. So is this part kind of clear?
Yes, teacher.
So we
Yes,
use the
teacher.
preposition at
Yes.
porque estamos hablando de la calle. La calle. So we are being specific, but not that much. So let's see. Let's move on. So we have right here a pronunciation parts. Linking words. What do you think linking words or linking sounds mean? ¿Qué creemos que significa esto? Linking sounds.
Sonidos sí, sonidos unidos o vinculados.
Yeah, exactly. So, sonidos como en, sí, enlazados, vinculados. So that's correct. So we have, in English, we have a lot of linking sounds, a lot of words that are linked. Muchas palabras que al momento de pronunciarlas suenan como si fuera una. So we have right here this part that we are going to listen. First, we are going to watch a short video. Vamos a ver un videito corto que el libro nos muestra. Y luego vamos a escuchar estas linking words, linking sounds. So let's see.
Linking sounds. We often link words together when we speak. Listen to the linking sounds in this is. This is my sister. With linking, we say this is and not this is.
Do you notice the difference? This is. Do you notice? So we say this is. This is my sister. This is my brother. We don't say this is my sister. This is my mother. This is my brother. This is. So let's see more examples.
This is. Listen to the way we link lives in. She lives in New York. We say lives in and not lives in. Lives in.
Can you repeat? Lives in.
Lives in.
Exactly.
Lives
Lives
in.
in. Lives in. Es como si fuese una sola palabra. She lives in New York. She lives in San Salvador. She lives in Colombia. So let's see. Let's see more examples.
The sound s or z links to the next word. Listen to these examples of linking with s and z. This is my neighbor. She lives in my apartment building. It's a big apartment. It has a dining room. He works at the hospital. There's a restaurant downstairs. Now listen and repeat.
Okay,
Click
let's
on
repeat.
pause after each sentence. This is my neighbor.
Okay, repeat.
This is my
This
neighbor.
is my neighbor.
This is my neighbor.
This is my neighbor.
This is my neighbor.
This
He
is my
lives in my
neighbor.
apartment.
Okay, let's repeat.
She lives in my apartment building.
Okay, very good,
Ah.
Erica. She lives in my apartment building. Okay, guys, I want to hear you.
She lives in my apartment building.
Mhm. She lives in my apartment building.
She's living in my
It's a
apartment.
big apartment.
It's a
It's a big
It's a
apartment.
big apartment.
It's
It's a big apartment. It's a big apartment.
exactly.
It's a big apartment.
It has a dining room.
It has a dining room. It has
It has a dining room.
It has a dining
dining
room.
room.
It has a dining
It
room.
has a dining room.
Pretty good.
It has a dining room.
He works at the hospital.
He works at the hospital.
Works
He
at.
works,
Works
he
at.
works in,
He works at the
He works
hospital.
at the hospital.
he works at the hospital.
He works at the hospital.
Pretty good.
There's a restaurant downstairs.
There's a.
There's a restaurant.
There's a restaurant downstairs.
There's a
There's a
restaurant.
restaurant downstairs.
Awesome. Now let's listen to this.
Read and listen. 1,
It's on the second floor.
2,
It's on a second
she
floor.
works in an office. 3,
He lives in an apartment.
4, my apartment has a balcony. Now listen and repeat.
It's on the second floor.
It's on the
It's on the second
On
floor.
the second floor.
She works in an office.
She works in an
works in an
office.
She works in.
He lives in an apartment.
He lives
He
in
lives in
an
an
apartment.
apartment.
My apartment has a balcony.
My
My
apartment
apartment has a balcony.
Okay, pretty good. That was good. The pronunciation was really good of those words. I'm sorry. It's sun. It's sun. It kind of sounds like a word. Suena, recuerden que cuando estamos uniendo sonidos, básicamente las dos palabras suenan como si fueran una sola. So, works in, works in. She works in an office. Lives in, lives in. He lives in an apartment. Has a. My apartment has a balcony. So do you see, do you guys notice the difference? Yes, nope.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. So why do you think we use linking sounds? ¿Por qué creen que los utilizamos? ¿O por qué creen que unimos sonidos? ¿En qué nos ayuda? Quiero escuchar su opinión.
Como un sonido en contracción, ¿no? No.
Not exactly.
Como acortar la oración.
Hacer más fluido la hora de.
Exactly. That was Cristóbal, right? El que dijo hacerlo más fluido.
Jim.
Jim.
Oh, Jim? Okay, perfect. Siempre los confundo al otro. So yeah, exactly. That's the point. to make the sentence more fluid, yeah, to use fluency. This is helping you guys to improve the fluency when we are speaking. Nos ayuda a mejorar la fluidez cuando estamos hablando. It also helps us to sound more like a native speaker. Nos ayuda también a sonar más como un hablante nativo. So that was pretty good. Muy bien con la pronunciación de los linking sounds. Let's continue. So in this part, we are going to work in pairs. So we have a vocabulary and grammar practice. Vamos a practicar vocabulario y gramática. So it says that with a partner, ask and answer questions with where. Use the simple present tense. ¿Qué es lo que tenemos que hacer en esta actividad?
Hay que hacer preguntas y respuestas con nuestro compañero o compañera. Pero
Exactly.
son preguntas no with where.
Exactly. So that's what we are going to be doing. I want you guys to ask at least, let me see, at least 3 questions. Por lo menos 3 preguntas. Si Cristóbal trabaja con Ana, por ejemplo, él tiene que hacerle, Cristóbal a Ana le va a hacer 3 preguntas y luego Ana responde y después Ana le hace 3 preguntas a Cristóbal. So remember, necesitamos utilizar where porque estamos haciendo questions with where y vamos, bueno, recuerden que también en las respuestas se van a utilizar las prepositions of place. Entonces, 3 preguntas, no es necesario que las anotemos. Solamente es como una conversación de preguntas y respuestas, como un diálogo. So, is it clear what we need to do?
Yes, teacher.
Yes?
Clear.
Okay, perfect. So that's what we are going to be doing. Lo vamos a hacer en los breakout rooms para tener como más oportunidad como de conversar. So that's what we are going to be doing. We are going to have 6 minutes. Vamos a tener 6 minutos, alrededor de 1 minuto por pregunta y respuesta, ¿sí? 3 de cada compañero. So, 6 minutos en los breakout rooms y luego regresamos. I'm so sorry, Jim no había visto el chat. Guys, eso es algo también que quería comentarles. Si en un dado caso ustedes quieren preguntar algo, pero no quieren encender su micrófono y quieren escribirlo, pero ven que yo nunca les respondo, porque normalmente no estoy viendo la pantalla de Zoom ni el chat, entonces pueden decirme también. Jim, el libro está en WhatsApp, lo mandé anoche. Entonces ahí pueden verlo, si gustan descargarlo. So that's what we are going to be doing, guys. Let me see, we have 5. So I'm going to be working with one of you. So, yo voy a trabajar con ustedes. Let me see. So that's it. Ana is going to work with Cristobal. Brian is going to work with Jim, and I'm going to be working with Erika, ¿ok? So, recuerden, 3 preguntas. Pueden preguntar, where do you live, where do you study, or where do you work, where does your mom work? So, pueden hacer ese tipo de preguntas. So, I'm going to open the rooms for you all to join. Pueden unirse ahorita. 6 minutos, recuerden.
Boarding and
Okay,
Mira, ahí STP.
let's just wait for Erika. So hopefully she's going to be back. The room are closing in 15 seconds. Let me start sharing my screen. How did you feel the activity? Was it easy? Was it hard?
Yes, easy, teacher.
Easy, okay, that's good. So, okay, there she is, she's back. Perfect. So that was part of the activity, asking and answering questions. So in this part, we have another vocabulary. Tenemos más vocabulario. So for this part of the vocabulary, we have places in the neighborhood. Lugares en el
vecindario.
vecindario. Exactly. So we are going to listen to the audio to see the names or to hear the pronunciation of these places. And then, as you know, we are going to listen again and repeat. So let's do that. Después de que suene el vocabulario del audio, después de que hayamos repetido, va a sonar esta parte de preposition near. Nos muestra o tenemos más bien otra preposición. So, do you know the meaning of near? Este cuadrito que está aquí en la derecha. Near.
De cerca.
Cerca. Exacto.
Entonces, preposición de cerca.
Preposición cerca. Near es la preposición. So, let's listen to the audio.
Read
Ooh, what happened?
and listen.
There we go.
1,
A bus station.
2, a train station. 3,
A stadium.
4, a park. 5,
A mall.
6, a museum. 7,
An airport.
8, a hospital. Now listen again and repeat.
A bus station.
A bus station.
A train station.
A bus station.
A train station.
A train
A
station.
stadium.
A train
Stadium.
station.
A park.
A park.
A stadium. A
A
park.
mall.
A mall.
A museum.
A museum.
An airport.
An airport.
A hospital.
A hospital.
Listen and repeat.
The train station is near the bus station. It's right across the street.
The train station is near
Train
the bus.
station near the bus
The
station.
train
It's
station
right
is
across the street.
Perfect. So as you can see in the picture, train station is near the bus station.
Va a botar eso.
La estación de tren está cerca de la estación de buses. It's right across the street. What is the meaning of that? It's right across the street.
Todo solo lo último, it's right across the street.
Solo it's
Está-
right across the street.
Okay, right. Está a la derecha cruzando la calle.
A la derecha. Are you sure?
¿Está cruzando la calle?
Solamente está cruzando la calle. It's right across the street. Está cruzando la calle. En este caso, right, sí, right significa derecha, pero en el caso de dar, o más bien en este contexto en el que se está diciendo right across, es
Lo
como
está
que
firmando.
está justo enfrente, está justo cruzando la calle. It's right across the street. Está justo cruzando la calle. So, perfect. Any questions related to the places in the neighborhood? Do we know the meaning of them all? I think we know by looking at the pictures. And most of them are also connected. La mayoría también son cognados.
Yes. Teacher, do you say the pronunciation, the number 6 picture?
Number 6,
Yes.
museum. Museum.
Museum. Thank you.
Sure. Let me, hold on. Museum. It's kind of like that. Museum. Can you repeat?
Museum.
Perfect. Museum. Awesome. So let's continue. We have a conversation. So for this part, it says that now you can describe your neighborhood. Ahora podemos describir nuestro vecindario. Puedes describir tu vecindario. So we have a conversation model. We are going to listen to that conversation. Then we are going to listen again and repeat. So let's try to do that.
Read and listen.
Do you live far from here? No, about 15 minutes by bus. And is the neighborhood nice? Yes, it is. My apartment is near a park and a mall. Really? My apartment is next to an airport.
Listen again and repeat. Then practice the conversation model with a partner.
Do you live far from here?
Do you live far from here?
You live far from here?
No, about 15
Do
minutes
you
by
like for me?
No, about 15
No,
minutes
about
by bus.
15 meters by
Is the neighborhood nice?
And the neighborhood
neighbor nice.
Yes, it is. My apartment is near a park and a mall.
Yes,
it is.
my apartment is near a park and a mall.
Really? My apartment is next to an airport.
Really, my apartment is next to an airport.
Sorry for you.
Okay, perfect. So sorry for you. Is that what you said?
The person lives next to an airport.
I know. That's bad. That's really bad. Eso mismo estaba pensando yo cuando lo leí. Fue como, nope, that's not good. Actually, I was staying in a friend's house in LA, in Los Angeles. And
yes,
she lives like 5 minutes from the airport. Y como ustedes saben, en Los Ángeles es una ciudad muy visitada. Entonces salen vuelos cada 2 minutos. Horrible, no dormí nada toda la noche. So, okay. So let's see. What is the person asking right here? Do you live far from here? Do you live far from here? ¿Qué se está preguntando?
Que si vives
cerca. Lejos, perdón.
Que si vives lejos. ¿Vives lejos de aquí? No, about 15 minutes by bus. So what is the answer?
Le dice que no, que vive a 15 minutos en bus.
Exactly. Y luego pregunta, is the neighborhood nice? ¿Y el vecindario es bonito? ¿El vecindario es agradable? Sí, lo es. Mi apartamento está cerca del parque y de un centro comercial. En serio, mi apartamento está a la par de un aeropuerto. So guys, the next activity that we have is a conversation activator. We are going to personalize conversation. So let's see. We are going to add information. It's not necessary for you guys to add like real information. No es necesario que escribamos información real. Pueden decir ustedes, mi casa está a la par de un museo, ¿sí? No necesariamente tiene que ser así, pero es para practicar más el vocabulario. Entonces quiero que traten de agregar bastante vocabulario en esta conversación. Y acá nos dice, don't stop, no te detengas, ask more questions. Are there good restaurants near your house? What am I asking?
Le está diciendo que sí hay restaurantes y museos.
So
Hay
if
por ahí.
Ajá, si yo digo, are there good restaurants near your house? ¿Hay restaurantes buenos cerca de tu casa? Are there museums near your house, close to your house, cerca de tu casa? So, podemos agregar más preguntas. Where
Teacher,
do you...
sorry.
Yes?
Do you stay... está en español. Acaba de decir algo, dijo... Are there good restaurants and museums close to your house?
Close to your house.
Say near to your house.
Yeah.
You say, thank
Sí,
you.
close significa cerca, tener algo cerca. También se puede utilizar close, close or near. Significa
yo pensaba que close, no sé, solo se ocupaba cuando era
cerrar.
cerca, ¿perdón?
Or what? Cuando se
No.
utilizaba.
En conversaciones de persona a persona, como decir, yo estuve cerca de él o de ella, pero lo ocupó
no.
también para un lugar.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Se escucha más. Let me try to give you an example. Si tú le dices a alguien, por ejemplo, vamos a este restaurante que han abierto, es nuevo. So let's go to this new restaurant. La persona podría decir, is it close? ¿Está cerca? Is it close? Eso es como para hacerla más, o se utiliza en este caso, en esa pregunta, is it close? ¿Está cerca? También se puede decir, is it near here? ¿Está cerca de aquí? O la persona podría decir, no, I don't want to walk. No, no quiero caminar. Y la otra persona puede decir, but it's close, pero está cerca. So yeah, you can use that.
Okay.
Pueden utilizar close también.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, no problem. So another question that we can have is, where do you go shopping? Or where do you go out for dinner? ¿A dónde vas de compras? ¿A dónde vas a cenar? Where do you work? So we can extend the conversation. Podemos extender la conversación. So in this case, I'm going to give you guys. So what I'm trying to do, no va a ser necesario que escriban dos conversaciones diferentes como lo hemos hecho a veces para utilizar información de ambos. Vamos a crear solamente una conversación, pero traten de hacerla lo más larga posible. Vamos a tener alrededor de 10 minutos para personalizar la conversación. Hagan preguntas, agreguen lo máximo de vocabulario que puedan. Hoy hemos visto bastante vocabulario. Tenemos vocabulario sobre places in the neighborhood, lugares, y buildings. Pueden decir casa, pueden utilizar todo este vocabulario que hemos visto, lo pueden encontrar la forma de utilizarlo en esta conversación. So that's what I want you guys to do. To practice more, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, perfect. So that's what we are going to do. Around 10 minutes to create the conversation. And then when we come back, we are going to read the conversation aloud for your classmates to listen to it. Cuando regresemos, vamos a leer la conversación para todos, ¿sí? Para los compañeros. So let me open the breakout rooms. I'm going to recreate them. Let me see, 3 groups. So there, I'm pretty sure it's the same. Creo que siempre estamos trabajando con las mismas personas, right? Pero, well, it doesn't really matter. So that's how we are going to work. And we can create a conversation. I don't know if, in order to make it easier, creo que voy a pasar a Erika con Cristóbal and I'm going to work with Ana para crear o para extender la conversación. ¿Ok? Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, perfect. So there we go. And Ana, room number 3. There we go. The rooms are open. You can join right now. We're going to have around 10 minutes, remember.
Nadie ha regresado.
No medimos bien los dos, no, pero sí, ella cuando nos dijo eran las 20, 28, y son
Ya van a venir por
las
ahí.
33. Va chivo, entonces.
Recording in
Hello, guys. You're fast.
Yes, teacher, 2 minutes.
Somos puntuales, teacher.
Eso veo, si ahí nosotros nos atrasamos un poquito. So, are we all here? Yes, we're all here. So, who wants to go first? Volunteers.
Hey, Brian,
Jean and me.
ready? Okay, démosle.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Okay. Brian, do you live far from here?
Yes, about 2 hours, 30 minutes by car.
Thank you, Brian. And is the neighborhood nice?
Yes, it is. My house is near a stadium and a supermarket.
Oh, nice. Brian, are there good restaurants near to your house?
Yes, there are good restaurants nearby. Jim, is your work close to your house?
Yes, Brian. Is my work is 25 minutes in car to my house.
Really?
Yes.
Perfect. Where do you go shopping?
I go shopping in supermarket, and there is near to my house is 2 blocks in the main street.
Okay, Jim, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. That was really good. It was a long conversation, so that was the point, to practice more, to add more vocabulary. So really good. So just one thing with the pronunciation of nearby, okay? Let's keep that in mind. Nearby.
Nearby.
Awesome. So who wants to go next? Cristobal and Erika, or do you guys want me to go first?
Nosotros, teacher.
Go ahead.
Okay. Erica, do you work far from here?
Yes, about 1 hour, ay, no me acuerdo, perdón. 1 hour by train.
Is the office building nice?
Yes, it is. My office building is near a mall.
Really? My work is next to a hospital.
Where do you go out for lunch?
I go to China work restaurant.
Are there good restaurants?
Yes, it is. Where do you go out for lunch?
I go to a food court in the mall.
Oh, wow, very cool, Erica.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So you guys, it was really good, the conversation. Just a couple of things. The pronunciation of the word building. building, okay?
Building.
Building.
Building. Perfect. And another thing with the use of plurals. One of the questions, una de las preguntas fue, are there good restaurants? ¿Hay buenos restaurantes? Y la respuesta fue, yes, it is. Sí, lo es. So, puede o hubiese sido mejor que la pregunta fuera, is it a good restaurant? ¿Es un buen restaurante? Porque mencionaron China Walk. So, is it a good restaurant? ¿Es un buen restaurante? Yes, it is. O, are there good restaurants near your work? ¿Cerca de tu trabajo? Yes, there are. There are. So, just to keep that in mind, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay,
Awesome.
teacher.
Anna, are you ready?
Yes.
Perfect.
Do you live far from here?
No, about 10 minutes by car.
And is this neighborhood nice?
No, it's not. My house is near a hospital.
Really? My house is near a mall.
Oh, wow. Are there good restaurants in there?
Yes, they are really good. Yes, they are really good.
Okay. So, do you have any other question? La otra pregunta.
Where do you go for dinner?
I usually go to my mom's house. She lives near me.
Okay.
So, perfect. So you guys, the conversations were really good. You did practice a lot of vocabulary, even with the means of transportation. Practicaron bastante vocabulario, incluidos los medios de transporte. So, escuché por ahí tren también. So, pretty good. Excelente. So, I want to know if you guys have any questions, or do you want me to ask you questions?
No question for me.
No questions? Not at all? Ninguna?
No, teacher. Clear.
Okay, so let me ask you something. What is the preposition that we use if we want to talk about general information?
In.
Perfect.
The preposition in.
Exactly. La preposición in es la que utilizamos para información general. Awesome. So, guys, there is something I've been wondering. Solo el audio de Jim escuché de la tarea en la que, bueno, de la que habíamos quedado en la semana pasada. So, what happened?
Teacher, disculpe, ¿qué día dejó esa tarea que no me percaté? Quizás no estuve yo en la clase.
You probably weren't here. Probablemente no estuvo, no sé. Fue a principio de la semana, no sé si el lunes o el martes. Creo que el lunes.
Y está ahí en Google Classroom.
Ya, está en Google Classroom, lo que tienen que hacer.
¿Cómo está? ¿Como quiz? ¿Como?
I can show you. It's like a task. Está como tarea. Le tiene que aparecer como tarea. Let me see. Unit number 7, unidad número 7. It's right here. Tarea. Voice note of your daily routine. Oh, hold on. Pero sí, ahí les va a aparecer en la... Acá está. Se publicó el 3 de enero. Fue el 3 de enero, día martes. Creo que no estuvo.
No, creo que no. Y con respecto a notas de voz, de tu rutina diaria.
Ya. Sí, básicamente les dije que quería escucharlos, ya sea por el grupo de WhatsApp o me lo podían enviar en el chat personal. Una nota de voz donde ustedes me dijeran al menos tres cosas que hacían en su rutina diaria. Pueden, si ustedes gustan, ¿verdad? Y si Jim lo permite, pueden escuchar el ejemplo de Jim también. Está en una nota de voz que él envió.
La tarea se la enviamos al grupo o a personal o como.
Como ustedes gusten, les estaba explicando a sus compañeros que lo ideal sería que le enviaran al grupo para que puedan escuchar la conversación o más bien la nota de voz de todos. Pero si ustedes prefieren y no quieren que todos los escuchen, pueden enviármela a mí personalmente.
De acuerdo.
Únicamente tres cosas que ustedes hacen durante el día y traten de agregar también el vocabulario de la hora. Por ejemplo, I wake up at 6 a.m. Yo me levanto a las 6 de la mañana. Ahí va una actividad. I prepare breakfast at 8 a.m. and I go to sleep at 9 p.m. Eso es todo lo que quiero. Por lo menos tres cosas que ustedes hacen diariamente.
Ok, de acuerdo. Se lo envío prácticamente.
Ya, no problem. Sí, no se preocupe, sí, porque usted si no estuvo en la clase, entonces no hay problema, pero I want to know what happened to the rest of you. ¿Qué pasó con el resto?
Yo tampoco estuve, teacher.
That's not true.
No.
Falso. Estuvo.
No, mañana se lo voy a enviar, teacher, sin falta, sin falta.
Okay, so yeah, I'm hoping to hear everyone. Recuerden que es, Jim se está riendo en el chat de Brian. Recuerden que es para ver el progreso que hemos tenido en cuanto, bueno, ahí pueden ver los criterios en Google Classroom, los criterios que se iban a evaluar, que creo que son fluidez, pronunciación y el uso del vocabulario. Entonces es necesario, no piensen que lo hago por molestarlos sí, no es por eso. So, it's to see the progress, es para ver el progreso. So, with that being said, if you don't have any other questions, that was it for today's class, the start of Unit 8. Y recuerden que si no han descargado todavía la segunda parte del libro, la tienen en Google Classroom y la tienen en WhatsApp, ¿ok?
Okay,
Okay,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay, teacher.
Ok.
Awesome. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.
Okay.
Perfect. Good
Okay,
night.
thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
See you
Thank you.
tomorrow. Good
Okay.
night for everybody.
Thank you. Good night.